What's up, guys? We're going in the woods today. Just going into the stand. We kind of call it the kill stand now. I've never actually shot a deer out of this stand before, but my dad's been down 2 times in 2 years and shot deer in it both times, and has seen more deer in those 2 sits than I've seen in 2 years sitting in this stand. So it's kind of his stand, I guess. But we're going into it. It's 2 weeks out. Today's actually the very first day of fall hunting in the state of Maine. It's youth day for black bear, so all you youth hunters out there, shoot straight. Just gonna go in and make sure that everything still looks safe. Something you guys should do every year if you don't is go in and check on all your stands and make sure your straps are good, make sure everything, your pull ropes are good, make sure squirrels haven't chewed on anything, because the last thing you want to do is get up in the stand on opening day and have an accident happen, something breaks, you fall. Could be bad. So do some prep work, get out there early, make sure everything's good. Like I said, it's 2 weeks from the season right now, so yeah. And we're also going to put some mock scrapes out, so I'll show you guys. I'll talk more about that when I'm doing it, but still pretty cool this morning. It's end of August. I leave tomorrow to go film Blaine for the week hunting bear, and there's a very, very slim to small chance that I might get to hunt too. So if I do, you guys will be seeing that on here. But yeah, I'll see you at the stand. I hit him perfect. I hit him absolutely perfect.
Running, gunning, and I think that's the only way we can do that.
Big old Maine smallmouth bear. Caught it on a drop shot, about 28 foot of water.
The first 15 minutes. So I'm walking to the stand that I've been in 844 times, and I feel very lost right now. I've been to this stand a lot, so I'm gonna go back to the trail and we'll start over, trying to get some B-roll and stuff. And yeah, I'm not in the right spot at all. Let's see. Up further, that's why. Okay, I cut in too early. It's easy to get lost, but I feel dumb when I do get lost, especially to a stand that I've walked in on in the pitch black 90 times in my life. Come out here in broad daylight and I'm confused. We're not lost anymore. 30 yards, I see it. There it is, we're here. Looks good. This stand, actually, I've never in my life had pictures of people out here. But this past spring, for some reason, got pictures of a lot more people. An older guy doing some turkey hunting and stuff like that. So, and a lot of coyotes. We had a pack of coyotes. Dad killed a buck last year in here, and then after that, we had a pack of coyotes move in, and they've kind of taken over. Their deer movement isn't what it used to be in here, but it's still pretty good stand, I think. So I'm gonna run up there, check on the straps, and then I'll show you guys how I do my mock scrapes, even if you don't have the perfect licking branch. Everything looks good. Straps look good. Rope looks good. Stand looks good. I'll probably switch out the ratchet straps next year. But so now it's time to do a mock scrape. And I like to put my mock scrapes out early. I got a bunch of tips for you. So main thing that I use a mock scrape for is I'm filming myself 90% of the time. I need a place for that buck. Instead of just cruising right through, I need a place for him to stop and look, so I have time to get the camera on and get everything focused, get my bow, and then start to prepare myself for making a good shot. So For me, I use mock scrapes mainly as a stopping point for the deer, even if it's just him stopping to sniff it a couple times before he keeps going. It's a good little tactic that I use to get a deer to stop so I can get a shot, because when a deer comes in, if they're moving fast, getting the camera on, mic on, bow in hand, prep for a shot, ranging, it's a lot to do. So now you're on a tripod and it's going to be really awkward walking through the woods, but what I'm generally looking for, my saw and my snippers are at the farm, which you guys will see later, probably in another week or so, but so I just got this Outdoor Edge Brush Demon machete, which will work just fine. But what I look for when I'm looking for a licking branch, I prefer to have a natural one, but this stand does not have that, so I got to try to find one to cut down and make a licking branch. And my two favorite types, my number one favorite type, if I can find it, is a limb off of a oak tree. We have mainly red oak here in Maine, or a maple tree. So I just gotta kind of walk around till I find that. Those are my two preferred ones. I see a lot of little beech nut trees and stuff, but oak and maple, that's my favorite. Found a little maple tree, couldn't find an oak, walked around for a few minutes, but I don't want to walk around that much and spread a bunch of scent. So this tree is actually already down, but still alive, which is important. You want a live tree. So this branch right here this whole branch should be perfect. So we'll just we'll splice that off and then we'll head over to the tree that I want to put it on. All right, so these right here are the limbs that I used last year off this pine tree. As you can tell, they're kind of dead, and I did get some deer hitting it and coming through and stuff, but nothing really was hitting it that great. So this is probably only 15 to 17 yards away from the stand, right out in front of it. It's a perfect spot for it. As you can tell, I got a little leftovers from last year, so we'll take that home with us and put that in the trash. But this is really simple. You just kind of find a branch. It could be, you want it still to have some sponge to it. You don't want it to be completely dead, because they get pretty aggressive with these. But and all you're gonna do is run this branch off of the dead branch. Find where you put your zip ties. Put everything in the same pocket. Not a good idea. Then you just kind of want to come off the branch and just get pretty good 6-7 inch zip ties, pretty sturdy one. Come around and just zip tie it right to the branch. Pretty simple, just like that. Now you got a place to put some scrapes on the ground. You got 2 or 3 different spots you could put them underneath these little licking branches. Gives the deer a little bit more, a little bit fresher scent. They don't really like to use completely dead branches. They like a little life, get some sap on them, help spread their scent a little better. So that is on there. As long as they don't break the main branch, it's not going anywhere. So another little tip that I use, I actually prefer this time of year. You obviously don't want to use estrus. Deer aren't rutting, but they're a very social animal. They're curious about smells, they're curious about sounds. You can call and use mock scrapes all year long. My favorite scent that I've ever used is Conquest Scents, hands down. They make a liquid Evercalm and a stick Evercalm. And I actually take the liquid Evercalm. This is just a, it's Elf makeup brand. I don't know, makeup mist and set. I don't actually know what it does or what it is. But it was my wife's makeup thing. And I took it from her when she was done with it. Emptied it out, washed it out, let it sit for a couple months so that if there was a scent in it, it's gone now. And then I take the Evercalm, which comes in a little bit of a squirt bottle, but this fine mist actually helps me a lot to not go through it so fast, for one, and two, not put so much out. Biggest issue I ever had with scents when I was first using them was I would put a bunch out till I could smell it really good. And a deer can smell, way better than we can, obviously. I don't know the exact mathematical number as to how better they can smell, but they can smell way better than us. So you want to put enough out that you can smell it a little bit. But you don't want to blow the deer out. If you use too much, a deer will come into here and kind of stun them. Like when you walk into your living room and your oven's on fire because you're burning supper. It's that kind of a reaction. So this little mist bottle, you can get bulk bottles on Amazon too, of just generic plastic bottles, just to help mist. That's what I like to use. And then I'll actually take the stick form of Evercom. I keep it in a Ziploc bag every year so I don't go through it so fast and it doesn't dry out. Take the stick form and I'll actually use that on the licking branch itself. So I'll put the Evercom mist in the scrape, saturate the dirt, and then the stick on the branch. So we're going to do that right now. Well, that is it, guys. Let's let this plane drive over for a second. How about that? Felt really good to get out in the woods, and not a very long walk, couple hundred yards, 200-300 yards maybe, but felt good to get out and do something in the woods that wasn't super strenuous. 2 weeks away from open air expanded archery, and I'm pretty excited. I got a brand new piece of property, a brand new farm that I've been putting food plots in on. I didn't film any of it because I've never done it before and I was really bad at it. So, but we'll take you guys out after the first week of bear season when I get back. Jordan and I will probably go out there, check all our cameras, and we'll bring you guys out, show you around a little bit. But there was probably about a 15-acre piece of property that I hunted pretty hard. It's actually where I shot my doe 2 years ago and my buck last year. And got a letter in the mail this year from the landowner asking me to remove my stands because one of his neighbors asked for sole permission to hunt that piece of property, and he gave it to him. So I got the boot from there, which was, I don't know, it was it's one of those properties that I love the look of it and I love the feeling of it, but I don't think you're ever gonna really kill a big deer in it. It just was really close to houses. I'd always see rifle hunters down there, which still, if anybody can answer, in Maine, if there's defined lines between rifle hunting and expanded hunting, I can't bleed into the expanded stuff at all. How come rifle hunters think it's okay to bleed into the expanded side? And everyone's got the same excuse. They say, oh, it's a gray area. It's actually, the boundary's not actually until this particular place or that particular place. So this is kind of a gray area. But if you look it up online, there's no gray areas. Bam, line. So I don't know how that works. But anyway, they can have it. It's theirs. This new farm's going to be pretty awesome. We're going to do a ton of filming out there this year, Jordan and I. And Dad's going to be coming out. Sarah's going to be hunting. So should be pretty cool. Pretty excited for the fall. We got a pretty cool trip planned out in where Dad and I and Sarah moose hunted last year. So we got a cool trip for Jordan and I. We're going to do a 3-day deer hunt out of a tent, and that's really my only big trip for this year. I'll probably go up T-Loss Way for a couple days Thanksgiving week and hang out with my family and friends that are up there. But the season's coming. If you guys have any questions about stuff I was doing today, I'll put links to the description for like the Evercom and all that kind of stuff in the machete. But if you have any questions at all, throw them down in the comment section. We'll answer them the best we can. This is not something that we're professionals at by any means as far as hunting and stuff. It was just over my years of hunting, these are the things that I found that worked for me. So that's why I do them.